This is a review for the Austin Air HealthMate. This unit is about 23 inches tall, it's about 15 inches wide, and about 15 inches deep. The unit weighs about 47 pounds. That is definitely the heaviest air purifier we've tested so far. This unit features a large particle pre-filter. It's a fabric type material that wraps around the inside of the unit. Behind this front grille here, there's a grille on all four sides, and behind the grille there is a large particle pre-filter. It's a white fabric type material, and that is going to keep larger particles from reaching the main filter inside there. So behind the large particle pre-filter, there is a single combination filter that fits into the center of the unit. It's a cylindrical filter with filter media throughout that filter. So on the outside of that combination filter, there is a medium particle pre-filter, and that is again another line of defense for larger particles, maybe slightly smaller particles than what is intended to be filtered by the large particle pre-filter here. Behind that medium particle pre-filter, there is a lot of activated carbon and zeolite, actually 15 pounds of that combination of compounds, and that sits behind the medium particle pre-filter. Now behind the carbon and zeolite, there's an actual HEPA filter. So the two pre-filters here, the large particle pre-filter and that medium particle pre-filter, they act to filter out larger particles, medium-sized particles. Then you have that activated carbon and zeolite mixture, and that is intended to filter out gases, unwanted gases like odors and VOCs. And behind that activated carbon and zeolite mixture, you have the HEPA filter, and that is of course there to filter out particles, smaller particles than what can be filtered by these pre-filters, the large particle pre-filter and that medium particle pre-filter. Now, as air enters the unit, it enters on four sides, all four sides here. Again, the grill extends all the way around the unit, and the large particle pre-filter extends all around the unit. So air enters through the front grill, through the large particle pre-filter. It then goes through the medium particle pre-filter, then through the activated carbon and zeolite mixture, then through the HEPA filter. The center of that combination filter is hollow, so the air enters into the center of that cylindrical combination filter. It then goes up and out of the unit. It exits through the side of the unit here, and it actually exits slightly upwards and to the side out of the unit. Now, this unit features only 3 fan speeds. There is a single knob on the front of the unit, and that single knob turns the unit off and sets it to 3 different fan speeds. This unit's output is approximately 250 CFM. So what do we like about the Austin HealthMate? First of all, we definitely like the addition of zeolite to that gas filtration media mixture. Most other air purifiers on the market have a gas filtration filter that only contains activated carbon. That is the go-to media for gas filtration. And activated carbon does very well. It bonds to a lot of different chemicals, and it is very effective. So there is a reason why most other air purifiers on the market have a gas filtration filter that contains activated carbon. However, Austin has gone a step further here. They've added zeolite to the mixture, so they've added zeolite on top of the activated carbon. And what that does is that allows that gas filtration media to bond to an even greater number of different chemicals. So the activated carbon, it takes care of most chemicals. The zeolite kind of fills the gaps there. So if there is a particular chemical that activated carbon does not do well with, that it doesn't bond well with, and therefore cannot remove from the air very easily, the zeolite is there to fill those gaps. It's going to be able to bond to certain chemicals that carbon cannot bond to. One of those chemicals is formaldehyde. Zeolite can actually bond to zeolite, and it has the ability to remove that formaldehyde from the air. Activated carbon alone cannot remove formaldehyde from the air. Now, if you do have a formaldehyde issue, you definitely want to remove the source of that formaldehyde, and you definitely want to ventilate as well to actually remove the formaldehyde from your home. You don't want to mess around with that at all. However, if there are trace amounts of formaldehyde or similar chemicals and you are concerned about those, this Austin air purifier here actually has the ability to remove chemicals like that from the air, something that a regular air purifier that only contains activated carbon is not going to be able to take care of. So a strong positive here for the Austin Air HealthMate that it contains that zeolite to remove even more chemicals from the air that activated carbon can remove from the air. The second thing that we like about this unit is also related to its gas filtration. Not only does it have activated carbon and zeolite as part of that gas filtration media, but there is a lot of that activated carbon and there's a lot of the zeolite. So you have a very high quantity of gas filtration media in this air purifier. Most other air purifiers on the market have a maximum of about 1 pound of activated carbon as part of their gas filtration filter in there. This unit has 15 pounds of activated carbon and zeolite in its combination filter there. So what that does is it allows the unit to remove chemicals from the air much quicker than those other units can. Those other units with activated carbon there, they definitely can remove chemicals from the air, VOCs and odors and the like. They definitely do remove them. However, this unit is going to be able to do it much faster because there is so much more gas filtration media that the air travels through as it goes through its filter. So it's going to be able to remove those chemicals much faster. It's also going to take much longer to saturate. When a chemical bonds to the carbon or to the zeolite, it essentially saturates that part of the filter. And that part of the filter can no longer accept new chemicals, new molecules to bond to. And because there is so much activated carbon, so much zeolite in this unit, there's a lot of surface area there for chemicals to bond to. So the filter in here is going to take a lot longer to saturate than the average carbon filter on the average air purifier. We also like the simple control panel on this unit. Now, most air purifiers in the market have a very elaborate control panel with a air quality meter that shows you the air quality in the room on a display, maybe a timer, things like that, an auto mode, a sleep mode, all types of things like that. This unit does not. This unit has a single knob on there. You set it to speed 1, speed 2, speed 3, or you can turn it off with that same knob. You turn the knob to set those fan speeds, and that is really all that you need. We're not a big fan of auto modes. We're not a big fan of air quality meters installed on air purifiers. Air purifiers are already a great value, and for a manufacturer to add a proper air quality meter on there, it's just not possible to do that at a affordable price point. So the air quality meter installed in the average air purifier is just not a very high quality air quality meter. You want to measure the air quality with a separate standalone dedicated air quality meter that's going to be a much higher quality, and then you want to set the unit manually according to the readings on that separate meter. And you can do that with this Austin Air HealthMate. So if you are serious about air quality, this unit does everything that it needs you to do. It has those 3 fan speeds, and setting those manually is our recommendation anyway with cheaper units. So you can still do that with this unit. And the real positive out of all of this is the fact that because it's so limited in here in terms of being able to be set to different settings, there are no control panel LEDs here. So most other units on the market will have a LED that shows the current air quality in the room, or an LED that shows the current setting, and a whole number of LEDs sometimes, and bright LEDs on there. And there are no LEDs on here. So you can very comfortably use this unit in a dark environment, and it's not going to cause any issues there if you are sensitive to bright lights emitting in a dark environment. Let's say you want to use this unit in the bedroom at night. It's going to work very well for that because there are no lights installed on the control panel. Finally, the last thing that we really like about this unit is its durability. This unit is almost entirely made of metal. The grill here is metal. The bottom of the unit is metal. The top of the unit is metal. So this whole unit is made of metal. Very few parts. The casters down here are made of plastic. The knob here is made of plastic. However, the majority of the unit is made of a very durable metal. And that is something that cannot be said for most other air purifiers on the market. Most other air purifiers are primarily made using plastic. So the all metal construction here, yes, it does add to the weight of the unit, but it definitely adds to the durability of the unit as well. There's very little plastic to crack here, and metal is just a more durable material than plastic in general. Now, what do we not like about the Austin Air HealthMate? One thing we do not like about the unit is its energy efficiency, likely because it has to push so much air through a very thick filter. Again, there is 15 pounds of gas filtration media in there, a HEPA filter, a medium particle filter. It also is pulling air through a large particle pre-filter, a substantial large particle pre-filter at that. And because it's pulling air through all those media, it has to work very hard to do so, and you're not getting the same level of output for the power draw that is there. So the output again on this unit is approximately 250 CFM, and to get to that 250 CFM, this unit has to draw over 90 watts of power. Most top-rated units on the market output at about the same 250 CFM or so, and those units draw 60, 70 watts. So it's not that big of a jump here, but understand that this unit is less energy efficient than other options on the market. And that is something that we do not like about the unit. However, we cannot be too critical of that just because the physics involved here of pulling air and pushing air out through that thick of a media is difficult to pull off and still do it with great energy efficiency. Lastly, we don't like the fact that the unit is expensive. However, again, we have to say that you do get a lot for that money. You do get that 15 pounds of gas filtration media. You get a made in the USA, almost fully metal device here, highly durable air purifier that is great for gas filtration. So it's not like you're getting nothing for that amount of money. However, it's still a high price point, and that is going to put it out of reach for some consumers. And so we do want to note that here. So how would we compare the HealthMate to other Austin air purifiers? Now, Austin makes 5 different full-size standard series air purifiers. This HealthMate here is one of them. All 5 models feature the same large particle pre-filter. All 5 models feature the same medium particle pre-filter as the first part of that combination filter. And all 5 units also feature a HEPA filter as either the final or the second to last component of that combination filter. So all 5 units are very similar, at least in terms of particle filtration. Now, the difference between these 5 models lies in their gas filtration. Different models have different levels of gas filtration media in there, different compounds as part of their gas filtration media. Some models like the allergy machine have almost no gas filtration media in there. The allergy machine only has a single carbon cloth in there. So that is where you see the variance between the different models is with that gas filtration media. For our money, the HealthMate is the best value there. It offers the best combination of substantial gas filtration with the activated carbon and zeolite mixture, and it is one of the more affordable options as well. So the combination there of great gas filtration and a fairly good value compels us to give the nod to the Austin HealthMate, the one we have on the table here today, as the recommended option among those Austin standard series air purifiers. So how would we compare the Austin Air HealthMate to some of the best air purifiers we've tested? Recommended units that we've tested. So first of all, we must say that if gas filtration is a key feature for you, if you are very concerned about odors, if you are very concerned about VOCs, if that is a large concern for you, then you really cannot do much better than this Austin Air HealthMate or the HealthMate Plus or other Austin Air standard series models. So our recommendation here, again, if you're very concerned about gas filtration, the Austin Air HealthMate is recommended. If you are more concerned about particle filtration, then a top-rated unit like the Winix or the Coway is going to be the better option. Those units also have activated carbon filters. They are also going to be able to remove gases, especially odors, from the air. However, they're just not going to do nearly as well as the Austin Air HealthMate. So for most users, we would recommend a top-rated unit like the Coway or the Winix. However, again, if gas filtration is very important to you, we would recommend the Austin.